After the introduction paragraph, you will then write 3 body paragraphs. The body paragraph is basically where you include your evidence and further explain your reasoning for your claim or answer that you included in your thesis. So to start with, you are going to make your body paragraph look a lot like a race paragraph. So it's stuff that you maybe already have done, or it's a model that you might have already had to write in. So the first sentence would be the restate and answer of the question, just like the thesis was. The only difference is that you guys will only be including your first reason. So you will restate and answer the question because, and then reason 1. The other slight difference would be for each body paragraph, you need to include a transitional word or phrase. The reason why you will include these phrases into your essay is basically to help guide the reader and let them know what to expect. So for the first body paragraph, here are some transitional words or phrases that you can use, but there are several others that you can use as well. But you could say something like to start with, comma, to begin, comma, or first, comma. That lets them know that they're about to start reading the first part of your argument. Then after the R and the A, you are going to cite text evidence. So there's 2 parts of citing text evidence in the RACE model. The first part is that you need to introduce the quote by using the title or the author, which is the person giving you the information. So you need to say something like, and I even included some phrases, according to whoever the author is, or that you can put the title there, or in blank, it says, or the author says blank. So that's the first part of cite text evidence. The second part is then bringing in a direct quote from your source that actually ties directly with your first reason that you gave in your thesis. So when you were coming up with your thesis and listing out your reasons, those reasons should have been tied to evidence that you found in your source. So this is where you're going to include that evidence. After you put in your quote from the source, then you explain your text evidence. So there's 2 parts to this as well. You need to explain in 1 sentence or 1 or 2 sentences, explain what the evidence means or paraphrase the evidence. So you can do this by saying this quote shows or this evidence explains, and then in your own words, what did that quote mean? And then the second part of E is another sentence. It's a separate sentence. And it is, number 2 is to tie the evidence directly back to the answer. So you can say something like in conclusion, comma, or this proves, and then you are tying it directly back to what you said your reason was in the topic sentence or in that R and A part of the body paragraph. And these for E, these are 2 separate sentences for both parts, and you can have more than 1 sentence for paraphrasing the evidence. For the C, the introductory phrase or introducing a quote and the quote should be in the same sentence, and so that's why there's only 1 box here, but there's still 2 parts to that. So that's how you write a body paragraph. The only difference, and then so that was body paragraph 1, this is body paragraph 2, and you also have body paragraph 3. The only difference would be that the reason changes in each of them, and then you will use different transition words or phrases to guide them along. The ones that I gave you for this would be next, furthermore, or in addition to. And then obviously because the reason is different, the evidence will be different, and then you will go on from there. So, and you'll do that 3 different times for 3 different body paragraphs. But the body paragraphs should be guided by what you wrote for your thesis, which is why it's really important to make sure you have a good, solid thesis.